Time now for your forewarned weather with Chief Meteorologist Alana Brophy.
Okay, no subway surfing here. Maybe some swimming, though.
No doubt, Alana.
Okay, can we just talk about that video for half a second? Yeah, you're right, right. Okay, but come on, that is wild. What are you thinking?
Crazy.
The drones caught it.
They're grounded is what they are.
Grounded for the next 5 years.
No doubt.
My goodness. Whew, makes me nervous just watching that video. Hey, we had an active day here in the Beehive State. The temperatures were hot. We had cloud cover, and we had those gusty winds, thunderstorms rolling through. Dry thunderstorms at that. Ensign Peak, our time lapse, catches those storms moving over the Salt Lake Valley. We had strong winds, throwing some dust and dirt up into the air with those gusty outflow boundaries that we see with those thunderstorms. We had some precipitation up in the higher elevations, but it's virga. It evaporates before it hits the ground, and we had a dry layer at the surface. Let's take a look at some of those peak wind gusts because they were big. Salt Flats at 63 miles per hour. Park Valley, Brigham City, Hanksville. So we had these storms developing statewide. We saw them along the Wasatch Front, but then into central and southern Utah. Dugway saw a 49 mile per hour gust. Cache Valley, Tooele County, Richfield, which isn't good because we know there are wildfires burning in and around Wayne County. Tooele and Salt Lake International packing a punch with some of those winds as they came through. That was the biggest noteworthy change today to the weather. We saw the heat, but it was the winds that took the cake and really showed us that changes were underway. As we looked at the satellite radar here, you see how those storms kind of dissipate now over the Uintas and then quieting down there in southern Utah. Still watching the northwestern corner of the state. Can't rule out maybe a shower moving through the higher elevations as we get through tonight, and the chance of storms will hold on for tomorrow. As we look at the radar right now, we kind of zoom on in here and we see it's quiet towards Park Valley. We jump over. Tooele County has been active, so some gusty conditions. West Jordan, they're on the western end of the Salt Lake Valley, backside of the Wasatch and Uintas, still with probably some gusty winds quieting in central Utah. Down south towards Lake Powell, we still have some cells out there. Those are likely putting down gusty winds, hail, and plenty of lightning in the area. Black Desert Sky Cam catching the conditions in Ivins today, coming out of southern Utah. Smoke-filled skies. We saw that. Not a huge surprise, but the winds carrying that smoke a little further, and the red flag warning was in effect for Washington County, and a big part of the state still holds on just for a few more minutes in southern Utah with our dry fire fuels and the winds, even though they're relaxing. Can I just tell you, this was my favorite video of the day. Albion Basin, it's wildflower season, so if you're looking to beat the heat, you know where to go. Chris Williams catching this up the Cottonwood Canyons. That is just so pretty. I know that smoke gets me, and I just want to get out and enjoy, and that's a good place to visit. Those temperatures today knocking on the door of 100 degrees. We went to 99, high 90s along the I-15 corridor, 105 in St. George, 101 in Moab. For the overnight, we'll see those numbers dropping to the 80s following this newscast, and then bottoming out in the low to mid 70s for those lows. Highs tomorrow, well, by 9 a.m. we're into the upper 70s, and we're going to be really close to average. Oh, I love this. Cedar City sunset. Mark sharing this one. We had another one from Susie. Now, that wildfire smoke really enhances the color of those reds and oranges. That smoke, that molecule is actually bigger than air molecules that scatter light, so you get a longer wavelength with the color. It looks more intense. Air quality in the moderate category out there, particulate matter and ozone in a few places. Grand County with the southwest winds, unhealthy air for sensitive groups with elevated particulate matter. You look at the smoke, it is out there. Several fires burning, and the smoke is on the move. You're going to see for the overnight and into tomorrow, it focuses on eastern Utah and south central Utah. Futurecast walking us through the potential of storms for tomorrow. Here we go into the overnight, and then by tomorrow afternoon, we start to see those storms kind of developing towards Castle Country over the higher terrain, also near the Uintas, eastern and central and southern Utah. What's going on here, dry thunderstorm potential in the West Desert, and that will lead to an elevated fire risk. No messaging. As we look at our Thursday, we start to see moisture moving in. It's a bit of a monsoon push, and that's going to bring some thunderstorms to the southwestern corner of the state. That does come with the potential of flash flooding. That upper level kind of shows where that high pressure is, and its movement allows for the winds. Temperatures for tomorrow are going to be in the 90s, close to average, 94 in Salt Lake, 101 in Moab, 102 in St. George. Looking at the next 7 days, you're going to notice a slight cooling with storm potential Thursday and Friday and Saturday in southern Utah. Temperatures do get back to the triple digits. Here's a look at the Wasatch Front. 90s and the chance of some storms tomorrow. Wow, Peanut Gallery, what say you?
Garrett says we got to go to break.